Welcome back. You're watching Sports Federation TV. I'm Lenyukta Chetty. So we had the Furious from tug of war, we had the Fast from athletics, and now we've got the very, very skillful South African fencing people here. Welcome. We've got Olivia Ray and Dr. Misha Galukin from South African Fencing. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi.
Okay, so Olivia, you're in the South African squad now.
Yep. I was actually in the team last year and I'm really happy that I made it again this year. It's a great honor to be in the team.
Okay, and are you still at school?
I am. I'm in matric this year, so it's a busy year for me.
Yes.
Yeah, with Worlds and school, but I'm being able to balance it. Yeah.
Okay, and your training, how does that work being in matric?
So I train about 3 times a week at different venues. They vary. There's one in Milnerton, there's one at Bishop's and in city centre, so they alternate between where I train, but I normally train 3 to 4 times a week. Depending on how busy my schedule is, but I try and keep up with as much fencing as I can.
So tell me, with the training regime and being in school, how does it feel now that you finally made the South African squad?
It's amazing. Last year I couldn't believe it, and the same thing this year. I won the nationals and I couldn't believe it. It was just after the holidays and I really didn't expect much, and it was just an incredible feeling to be able to make the team again for the second time.
Okay, and tell me, where will you be traveling to?
We're going to Bulgaria this year. Last year it was France, this year it's Bulgaria. So yeah, a change of landscape from South Africa, but hopefully it will be good. I'm optimistic.
And the category in which you compete?
I do épée. I fence épée.
So what makes fencing so attractive to the youngsters now?
It's definitely something that people are drawn to because they see it on the Olympics. It looks amazing. Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun, and that's something that people are really drawn to, the fun part of it.
Dr. Galukin,
Yeah.
how did you end up here?
Oh, it's a long story, amazing story. 20 years ago, I've got an invitation from the South African government, Olympic Committee, Sport Committee, to come down here from Russia, from Moscow, and start professionally fencing sport in Cape Town. So I opened my own academy, Cape Fencing Academy, and since that time I produce the champions for the glory of South Africa.
So Olivia, and your family, how do they feel about you leaving and playing in the squad?
They're very excited for me. They've always been very supportive, so this is quite a big thing for them. Last year my mum was there actually, but this year she'll be hopefully watching if we get to record it. So yeah, they're very excited.
So are you the coach for the entire squad or just?
Yes, I'm South African national coach for fencing team.
Okay, so are you the head coach?
Yes, I'm the head coach, yes.
Okay, and preparations leading up to this event?
So we, prior to the event, we have a sport camp. So it's going to be everyday trainings, few hours every day. And it's like we simulate the individual events, the team events. I do individual lessons for each fencer. So I teach them the secrets of fencing sport, and I teach them the tactics and technique. So we simulate the team squad bouting. So because in the World Fencing Championships, we go into fence against different countries. So it's going to be about 154 countries in the World Fencing Champs. And whom we're going to fence, we still don't know, but it's going to be very exciting team events. It can be Germany, it can be Italy, it can be Russia, it can be China, it can be.
So which country is dominating fencing on the international scene now?
Actually, it's 5 countries dominate at the moment, and it's including Italy, France, Russia, Germany, United States, China.
And South Africa's chances?
South African chances are not really very big to get into the 5 top fencers in the world because other countries they fence professionally. And
yes.
For our fencers, that sport is the mean of existing in this world. It's the philosophy. They love this sport and they do that for improvement of their mental agility, to be fit and represent themselves in a different world competitions. So it was a time when South Africa team was in the top 15 teams in the world. It's a great results, okay. So, and our fencers can be qualified for top 20, 15 fencers individually. And it's a great achievement. It's as if for Italian to win the gold.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we're moving forward, and absolutely sure that in the future we can and we will win a world medals.
So how young are the little children that are starting with fencing?
Fencing can be started from 9, 8 years old.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And if people want to learn, get more information on where they can register their children or through the school programs?
They can go on the website like Cape Fencing Academy. So actually we have a fencing federation in the Western Cape, in the province, and it's easy to find it on and just Google it.
Okay.
So we open and we invite and the public and students and the pupils, everyone, okay, to start fencing, and it's quite amazing. It's a great fun, and we have all necessary equipment for that. Just come, try, touch it,
Okay.
watch it. Okay.
Excellent. Olivia, we wish you all the luck
Thank you.
at the World Champs, and we hope you bring home gold, and we
Thank
hope you
you.
give it your best.
Thanks.
And so after the break, we'll be coming back with our other guest from fencing, who is Marleen van Wyk, and please join us after the break. Welcome back. You're watching Sports Federation TV. I'm Lenyukta Chetty, and in studio we still have Fencing South Africa, and joining us right now is Marleen van Wyk, also an SA Junior champion. Welcome, Marleen.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit more about your experiences leading up to qualification.
Okay, so in order to qualify to go overseas, you have to take part in nationals and provincials as well, and you have to be in the top 5, I think. Top 5 to be able to qualify. So
Okay, so you competed at the South African Championship in order to make the squad.
yes.
Okay, and are you still at school?
Yes, I'm in matric at the moment, so it's hard to keep the balance between sports and academics, but yeah.
Is fencing a popular sport at your school, or are you one of
No.
the exceptions?
Yeah, I'm one of the only ones that does fencing at my school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you have any message for the young children out there that would love to get into fencing?
Just try it, and I bet you'll enjoy it. It's very fun, very different, and yeah, there's a lot to learn, but it's amazing.
Okay, Dr. Galukin, will you tell us a little bit more about the different categories in fencing?
So we have 3 disciplines, different kind of weapons. It's a saber, épée, and foil. It's for men and for ladies. And in competitions we have individual events and the team events. When in team it's 3 people with 1 reserve, and the country fence against the country. It's a relay system. Okay,
Relay
till 45 points. Who first score 45 points is a winner. And in fencing, in individual events, we fence till 5 points. It's preliminary competitions. It's a pool system. And then we fence direct elimination. After rankings, after the preliminary competitions, we ranked and we fence direct elimination. So till 15 points. Who first score 15 points is the winner.
So it's knockouts at the World
Yes,
Championship?
knockout, yes,
Okay.
until the champion is left. Okay.
Okay, so in terms of the international tournaments, the South Africans, how have they competed in the other international tournaments?
Look, I'm 20 years in South Africa coaching, and all those 20 years I was as a national coach for South Africa national team. We started, our debut was in 1997, and the World Fencing Championships for seniors was run here in Cape Town. And actually we won many tournaments, international tournaments. It's not only World Fencing Championships. We compete nicely in Commonwealth Games. We have a number of the medals we brought from a Commonwealth Games, from Africa Continent Championships, and the different tournaments which was in Europe, in America, in Asia. So we can boast with the number of the medals internationally.
And in terms of registered players for the sport, is the sport growing? Do you see those numbers growing?
Yeah, actually, frankly speaking, I get lots of requests about fencing through my email and through my website. And interesting that it's not only children, it's students, housewives, their husbands, and executives, and other people, and they're quite interested in fencing, and everybody welcome. And it's amazing activity. It's amazing sport, and it's for all. You don't need a special abilities to start it. Just come and start it.
We've all seen fencing in movies and on TV, sometimes even in a music video.
The Caribbean, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we all have our own ideas about where it originated from. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that.
You know, the story of sport fencing, club fencing, started in the middle of 19th century. It started in Spain, mostly in Spain, France, and Italy. So the people stopped to do the duels, and they decided to organize the special sport groups. They trained fencing, and they start to compete with each other to organize some tournaments. And interesting that fencing became immediately as a sport during the first Olympic Games, the modern Olympic Games, which were opened by Pierre de Coubertin, the Baron from France. You remember that in 1896. And the fencing still is in the program. This is a big program for fencing. It's usually more than 2 weeks we fence in Olympic Games. And it's very popular sport all over the world. The International Fencing Federation is very big. We have hundreds of different tournaments all around the world.
Now, will this be the beginning of your season going into the new year?
Yes, it started in January, and immediately we go for the World Fencing Champs. But my students actually, they didn't stop training. They trained throughout the year. So we have, in accordance with system of preparation to the big events, we have seasons, we have a special schedule. So we have a physical preparation, and we have a tactical and the tactical preparation. So our students are ready. I mean, our Fences South African team is ready for that, and they gonna try to reach their best results. Okay.
So Marilyn, one more time, with all the youngsters or even the not so young that are interested in playing this sport or competing in this sport, how may they get a hold of your federation?
They can go onto the CFA website, which is I think just www.capefencingacademy.co.za. We also have a Facebook page, so they can also go on there. And yeah, I think that's
okay. That's great. Well, thank you for joining us. We wish you all the best at the World Champs. May you bring home the gold.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you for watching Sports Federation TV. Remember to catch us every Friday at 9 p.m. on channel 263 and repeated on Saturdays at 8 a.m. I'm Ch263. Have a fantastic sporting weekend. Goodbye.